Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Kaiju Mania. I'm Rocket, and as you know, for every winner there has to be a loser, which is why today we're going over the top 10 loss records in the Godzilla universe. Now, this list has been calculated on the win-to-loss ratio and discounts all the victories and losses in handicapped situations. So, if they won a fight because they teamed up with another monster, that match is disregarded. Likewise, if they lost a match because they was teamed up on against multiple opponents, that will also be discounted. The only time it won't be discounted is if they're teamed up with another monster and still ended up losing, because that's pretty embarrassing, so deserves to stay on their record. So with the rules out the way, there's just a quick couple of shoutouts for a couple of dishonourable mentions. Gabber. Now, nobody likes Gabber. I mean, look at him, he just looks like a warty piece of green shit, and he's only had 3 fights, never been seen again, and nobody wants to see him again, frankly. However, he has managed to escape the top 10. He's had 3 fights, but he managed to get a victory over Manila there with 1 win and 2 losses. He just escaped the top 10, the gnarly bastard. Godzilla Jr. Now, he's also a dishonourable mention because, like Gabra, he's had 3 fights with 1 win and 2 losses, a 66% loss ratio. However, you have to think one of them losses was against Destroyer, and let's be honest, Destroyer is a bit of a badass. So now let's move on to the top 10 monsters with the worst fight records. Coming in at number 10 is Minya. Now, the little Play-Doh looking bastard. Minya has had 5 fights in which he's won 2 and lost 3. However, we discount one of those wins, which was the 7-on-1 handicap match, and it puts him at a ratio of 25% win, 75% loss, with his only actual victory coming over Gabara, believe it or not. Number 9 is Kamacuras, or Gimantis, American name, Japanese name, call him what you want, but the man has had 4 fights, 1 victory and 3 defeats. Now, that's the exact same as Minya, with a 25% win record and a 75% loss ratio, but one of them wins was over Minya, so in one-on-one situations we know that Kamacuras is just a little bit better. Coming in at number 8, it's probably going to be a shock to a lot of people, but it's King Ghidorah, the ultimate jobber. I mean, he's perceived as this big bad villain. He's had 13 fights, and he's lost 10 of those fights, with 1 win and 2 draws as well. We do have to discount a few of those fights, however, because one of the draws was against Godzilla and Rodan, and 3 of the defeats were also in handicap situations. But taking that away, he's still lost a majority of his fights, with an 11% win ratio, 11% draw ratio, and a 78% loss ratio. That's just not good, is it, big man? Number 7 is quite another fan favourite. It's Biolante. Now, whilst Biolante has only had 2 fights, with 1 draw and 1 loss, putting it at 50% loss ratio to King Ghidorah's 78% ratio, but you have to take into fact Biolante has never won a single fight, which is why the finishing stats are 0% win, 50% draw and 50% loss. Coming in at number 6 is Gigan. Now, despite Gigan being a fan favourite and a well-received villain, Gigan has only actually had 4 fights, with 1 of them being a draw and the other 3 being losses. So with no fights to discount, Gigan finishes at 0% wins, 25% draw, but a 75% loss ratio. Nearly as bad as King Ghidorah. If it weren't for that win against Mothra, King Ghidorah, you'd be right down this list, you little bastard. Now, coming in at number 5 is actually a 3-way tie between Gorosaurus, Titanosaurus and King Caesar. Now, all 3 of these monsters have only had 2 fights, only had 2 televised fights in which They've all won, however, they've all won in handicap situations, and they've all lost their other match. So they've all on a 50% win, 50% loss ratio. However, because all the wins are in handicap situations, they all finish on 0% win, 0% draw, and 100% loss. Shame on you. Coming in at number 4 is Morgira, a monster that's probably not well received. I particularly weren't a fan of Morgira. Not really bothered about Morgira being shit. Morgira has had just the 3 fights in which he's lost 2 and won 1. However, that 1 win was in a handicap situation, meaning that Morgira finishes at 0% win, 0% draw, and 100% loss. However, 100% loss with 2 fights, meaning he's even worse than Gorosaurus, Titanosaurus, and King Caesar. Coming in at number 3 is an 8-way tie between Dagara, Mutor Male, Mutor Female, Baragon, Megagirus, Augur, the Giant Condor, and Kaiser Ghidorah, another Ghidorah on the list. By God, they don't fare well in fights, do they? There's only Des Ghidorah repping for him. Now, all these monsters have only had the 1 fight, and they've all lost their 1 fight. The only reason that they're third on the list instead of Morgira is because at least Morgira has actually seen a victory and knows what it tastes like even in a handicap situation, whereas these lot are just a bunch of losers. Coming in at number 2, it's Hedorah. Now, Hedorah has been in 4 fights, all 4 against Godzilla, all 4 defeats against Godzilla. 0% win, 0% draw, 100% loss, 4 times though. 4 fights, it's just not forgivable, is it? You're just a big loser, Hedorah. A massive, massive loser. And the number 1 ultimate piece of shit, it's Ebera. Now, Ebera has been in 3 fights, which is 1 less than Hedorah, but still 100% loss ratio. And the reason Ebera is even worse than Hedorah, despite having 1 less fight, is because at least Hedorah, in some of them losses, is because Hedorah lost via countout, whereas Ebera just got his ass kicked 3 times. Not only that, but Ebera also got his ass kicked by the mutant army in the Godzilla Final Wars. So Ebera is just a massive lobster shithead. And that's our list, so if you have any suggestions on more top 10s, whilst it is top 10 season, make sure to comment, share, subscribe, show your love, and we will be back on Thursday with another top 10 list. We'll see you then.